I'm the Disc Golf Guy, and this is my video blog. We're at the final 9 here at the 2015 Halloween Classic presented by Legacy Disc. We're gonna catch up with our leader card. They've just thrown their tee shots. We're gonna catch up with them for their putts and approaches on hole 10. Again, you're watching the Disc Golf Guy Halloween Classic.
Yeah, it's good.
And there you have it. That is our first hole of the final 9 here. Uli and Martinez with the only 2 birdies. We're moving into hole number 11. Uli with a nice huge bomb off to that right hand side. And Martinez seems as if maybe the wind pushed it over, or he just turned it over a little more than he was looking for. Messerschmidt with a crush. You'll see in a moment just how close that is.
Yeah, Bobby.
Musick with some good action on that. And Steve Berger was the lone birdie here during round number 2. Threw in at least a 45, maybe 50 footer here. Martinez, like I said, from that right hand side, a little bit more than he was looking for. An aggressive run. Here's where Steve made good from yesterday. Not quite a duplicate effort today. Great bid by Uli. Martinez, that was for par. Doing work out here. As you can see, the Legacy banner flag relatively low. Not too much wind out here. All that yellow will get Berger in focus. And the tap in from Uli, and even closer is Messerschmidt's drive. What a crush by Cameron. Tap in birdie. Doesn't get any easier than that. Move over to 12. It's like many of the other holes, perched up on a mound. And that looked really close. However, he's going to go deep there. Musick taking just a bit off of it. Gets a little action up near the basket. I've said it before, Anthony Martinez gets up and just throws very quickly on the tee. I'm a big fan of that style. Finds himself past the basket. And Steve Berger is right of the pin. Here's Uli from the left side. Not much more he can do other than lay it up. Cameron, similar position. He's going to be taking a 3 from there. Berger, not so much. Just short. Looks like he's been running out of gas. There's been a number of putts he's been just a bit short on. Musick is in for the easy birdie too. And he's going to card the only birdie, which is somewhat surprising. This is one of the easier holes that they'll find out here. However, Bobby is on a charge, trying to hunt down that Ulibarri. .555 feet. Beautiful flight. The mountains in the backdrop. And looked as if Cameron had a little footing issue. I had some video issue. It's off on the right-hand side, however, I lost it. And I did not see that at the time. Uli lining up, giving it a little extra push on this one. And just stays out of the hazard. Good looking low shot. And again, these players with plenty of room to work with. 555 feet to the pin from the tee. Pretty basic approach. We got some golfers in the background playing on the regular 18-hole golf course. Really seeing a bunch of approaches by everyone. This is Musick. That was for Eagle 2. Uli's in for the birdie. Berger for a birdie. Musick will do the same, and you're going to see the other two gentlemen tap in. 5 birdies, they call that a star frame. 5 birdies here on hole number 13, the par 4 at 555 feet. All of them making pretty easy work of it here. Hole 14, 350 feet. Not too much in terms of trees or obstacles. In fact, this is probably one of the must-get holes, I would say, out here on this course. Kind of plays even slightly downhill, so of course all of our top players should be able to reach it. And you can come in from left, right, or straight ahead. And Uli is wide on that right-hand side. One time we see Anthony throw a forehand. He's done it both in the second and now in the third rounds. And Berger on that left side's got plenty of room to work with. Now it's just a matter of who can convert. And from more than 40 feet, Messerschmidt's just off. And low by Martinez. And that wanted to go in. It was kind of in. Oh, and for sure in and out. Bobby takes it with stride, a smile on his face. And good right chain. He just needed another link or two to pull it in. That would have been Bobby's 4th birdie in a row. He's going to have to settle for a par. And Steve Berger had taken the only par in this group, so very surprising. Of these 5 players, only 1 birdie in the group and 4 pars. Going to move on to hole number 15, a very protected green. We saw Uli stick it right next to the basket in round 2, 324 feet. The OB over the cart path on the left-hand side and hazard bunkers. And Berger's flirting on that left-hand side. And in the sand is Bobby Musick. That's going to be a hazard where you'll throw from that spot plus a penalty stroke. However, you throw from exactly where it lies in the hazard bunker area. See a little bit of a headwind coming at the players, not too much of one. This is Martinez. And on the right-hand side of the bunker, just short. He's got a layup that was aggressive with, hit the pin. And that's going to be a bogey here for Messerschmidt. And Uli, after going into the hazard, he'll take a bogey as well. Bobby can save par if he can capitalize on this. And he does. That brings him back to within one stroke. He takes the par. Uli takes the bogey. And that puts Musick just one stroke behind with 3 holes to play. A little bit of cleanup. Messerschmidt and Uli again with bogeys. The other 3 with pars. Uli, one stroke, 3 holes to play. .396 feet here on hole number 16. These players had no problem getting to the pin during round 2. We find similar conditions. And Berger has found himself OB. Bobby not thrilled with his release there. And carrying wide right. I think we saw him do this in round 2. Slight adjustment here. He was a little bit higher than he was during the second round. So that's going to work out just fine for him. This is Messerschmidt. Great shot there, landing at the base of the hill. He'll have a short putt from there. Uli coming off of the previous hole where he carded a bogey. Things are certainly tightening up between him and Bobby. And from OB we see Berger approach right under the pin. This is Bobby for birdie. And just a bit much. And Cameron's in and out. Just a bit low. And just left. It seems as if last few holes these baskets have been not very helpful to the players.
Yeah.
And heart of the chains, no problems there for Uli. He cleans up. We see Musick left side but in. He's going to walk away with a par. And now he will be down 2 with 2 holes to play. Cameron's had a very solid round going. Previous hole was his only bogey thus far. And we'll see Berger tap in, and Legacy, of course, play with confidence. We've moved over to hole number 17, 834 feet. This is the final remaining par 4, as there were 4 on the course. Uli off on the left-hand side. Looks like a similar spot with a lower approach by Musick. And Martinez fading off in the nearly identical area. Messerschmidt's going to flirt a little bit with the right-hand side OB. The cart path is OB, cart path, or I should say beyond the cart path. However, that finishes nicely in the center of the fairway.
Nice, Steve. Yeah, Steve.
And in frame the whole time, Steve Berger. And not quite with the run-up he was hoping to have. Skips into the hazard area. He comes up just short of getting out of it. Musick's going to have to go with an overhand because, as you can see, he had virtually no run-up from the position he was in. Uli out here in the short grass. He's able to get very aggressive. Again, throwing into that beautiful backdrop. And I believe we're going to find him long on this 855-foot hole. Berger looking for a little more hookup there off to the left-hand side of the pin. Solid shot by Cameron. Bobby throwing his third shot. Gets a little golf clap by the gallery. This is for par. And boom! Anthony Martinez from the hazard takes the penalty stroke. That was his third throw plus the penalty, so that's going to be a par 4. Great shot. In fact, I think that's going to be our clutch play of the day. Let's take another look at that.
Yeah, finally. Not a bogey. Thanks.
And from more than 100 feet, maybe 120, 125, maybe even further, Legacy's clutch shot of the day. Right there by Anthony Martinez. This is Berger for 3. This is also Messerschmidt for 3. 2 textbooks. He knew it was a little low and right. Sometimes those will still go in for you even on an elevated basket. Uli for his birdie. And with Bobby taking a 4 here, Uli will not relinquish any strokes by taking a par here as well. They tap in. And we're going to move over the final hole. Hole number 18. 438 feet over water. Bobby and Uli comparing notes. I think they've both confirmed as to Uli having a 2-stroke lead going into this gorgeous final hole. Messerschmidt with the lone birdie on hole number 17. He's going to have the tee. More than enough power here. And a great looking shot. He's a little bit deep of the pin. Again, one of the most scenic views we have out here on this course, playing over the water. A very well thought out hole. Drop zone on the right hand side if players go OB. And if Uli can put this in bounds, he's going to all but secure his victory. And it looks like he's done just that. Bobby's going to need an ace. That's tracking nicely, however short. And Martinez a little bit lower. He needs some power to get over that. And it hits the bushes. However, I believe that's going to actually be just a bit short. They have a line determining exactly where the players are, and similarly, Steve Berger has found himself just short, actually, and OB.
The last one was never saved. Yeah, it hit that bush, so it never.
And Berger is re-teeing. Martinez was able to go to the drop zone. Correction, Martinez may have had to rethrow. I may have missed a shot in there. I apologize. And Uli with a simple layup. He's got a 2-stroke lead. No reason to run at anything. This is Messerschmidt. Started the round with a birdie putt from his knee and finishes in the same fashion. Solid performance by the young gun, Cameron Messerschmidt. Bobby's going to finish it off with a birdie. However, Bobby was down 2 going into that hole. Berger's going to wrap up with a double bogey. finishing 7 under par. Martinez is going to wrap up with a single bogey, finishing 1 over par. And nothing but a tap in for your champion. Action from the gallery. And good friends and good competitors, Musick and Ulibarri. I catch up with Paul and Kat in just a few moments. Thanks for watching.
Love you. Nice playing with you.
Thank you. You too.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm the Disc Golf Guy, and this is my video blog. We're out here at the Halloween Classic presented by Legacy Disc, and I've caught up with our champions of the event, both Kat and Paul. Kat, unfortunately not a huge division for you, which is kind of common for the women's divisions, but how do you find yourself pushing forward? What keeps you motivated when you're out there playing, even in a small field?
I do side bets, to be honest with you.
Side bets with this guy or others?
No. A guy from here, Frankie, told me if I got in the 50s, he'd give me $5. So something to push for.
Yeah, and then how did the first round go for you with all of that win? Was the 50s obtainable? No. Paul, you managed to handle the win very well on our opening day, and then it was just hot but calm the next 2 days. You were battling it out. Bobby Musick seemed to be the closest competitor. What was that?
Yeah, we had a really good time. I mean, he pushed me the last round. I think I came into the day with a 4-stroke lead, and he closed that gap after like hole 5 or 6, and we were tied up, and then it was just close after that.
And speaking of closing things down, it's kind of hard to stay focused when you're at a tournament in Las Vegas. There's things going on that people like to go out and do, I've heard, and it can make for some long nights. I don't think there was one person at this tournament that wasn't tired today.
Yeah, I agree.
Were
with
you?
Exhausted.
Yeah, it was a very long day, long weekend. We were out here at a temp course. There's always challenges, there's struggles. You got temporary baskets. They tried to use the best land that they could out there. Hole 18. Describe that one for everyone.
It was the best hole on the course, I think, is about, says 440 over water, but I think it plays about 380. Maybe it's slightly downhill or something, but very picturesque over water the whole way, and good finishing hole for the gallery.
All right, you just came off a big win last weekend in Idaho, an unsanctioned tournament. Now you guys are taking it easy. Kat said that a couple of weeks in Arizona, relaxing. Is that the plan?
Yes.
Kinda. All right, Kat, what else is on the agenda for you guys this year?
I'm playing the Phoenix Ladies Open at Vista in Scottsdale, and then I think we're playing the City Championships in Phoenix, and then maybe we'll slow down.
Maybe they'll slow down. All right, well, these are your champions. We have Kat and Paul. It's been an amazing weekend out here at the Halloween Classic. I got to thank, again, Legacy for not only presenting the event, but also helping get me down here so that I can give you all the coverage. To Nick and the rest of the crew, the Las Vegas Disc Golf Club, again, it's been nothing short of amazing. So for these two and myself, we're going to go catch a nap. That's the Halloween Classic presented by Legacy.
Or drive for 17 hours.
Legacy!